My friend Brian says I should explain to you why I'm running the setups that I'm running. To you, whoever you are. Got two of these quadcopters that I built in December and January. They're Owl RC Dragon frames with F40 Pro V2s 2600 kV and ZMX 2207 2600 kV motors. I built them expecting to run 4S LiPos, and I did for a while, but I tried a 5S and they were fantastic. So I got rid of all my 4S. I only carry 5S now. Very pleased with that. But a few months ago, I decided I wanted to experiment with bigger props. I tried that on my B-Fight 210 just for fun, and it didn't have enough motor for it. And I was also interested in trying a top-mount battery since I was carrying a GoPro anymore. You know, having the battery slung on the bottom and the weight on the top, it's kind of, I don't know, puts your center of gravity out at the ends like a dumbbell. Didn't seem smart. So I built a Hyperlight Flow Ride with 6-inch arms with the intent of running 5.5-inch props. And that's what I've been doing. I tried some 6-inch, didn't like them. 5.5-inch are a little picky. Just you crash and you bend them a little bit and you got tons of Jello in your GoPro, and it's a bummer. But once I started running these 5.5-inch props, I was real bummed out about these other two quadcopters that didn't have 5.5-inch props. But I learned you can just barely fit a 5.5-inch prop on the Owl RC Dragon frame. So that's what I've been doing. They get ridiculously close to each other. Ridiculously close. But I'm surprised how, even so, they feel great in the air most of the time. I have the same problem though. You crash, bend a prop just a little bit, you can't even tell that it's bent, and you've got Jello. So why am I putting up with that? That's the important question, right? I used to run Racecraft 5051 on the two Owl RC quads, and with 5S, I mean, they just ripped. It was so much power. Not the smoothest though. I had a lot of vibration in my camera, in the VTX camera, and once I started running the GoPros, they weren't great. They're not smooth. They're all right though. But then trying these are the Dal Cyclone 5544s. I like them. They've got at least as much punch as the Racecraft 5051s, the 5 inches, but they're so much more efficient. I get an extra minute or two of flight time out of these, and they still have just as much power. I love them. It's fantastic, except for the Jello. I'm still upset about the Jello. The Flow Ride, I installed the same stack I had in everything else. It's the Holy Bro Adel VTX. I'm very pleased with it. The Holy Bro Kakute F4. The two Owl RCs have the all-in-one F4, but I used a 4-in-1 ESC in here, so it's not the all-in-one Kakute F4. And I'm running the 4-in-1 Holy Bro Teco 32 ESC in here, and it's been fantastic. This is the smoothest, nicest quadcopter I've ever flown. Except that Kakute, something was wrong with it. First day I was out, I bumped into the grass, just a little boop, and the drone fell out of the sky. The VTX, the OSD, stopped updating. I couldn't arm, disarm, anything. I had to pull the battery. And over time that was getting worse, and it got to the point where just doing a snap flip or a roll, the quadcopter would lock up, the flight controller would freeze. I swapped it out for a Helio spring that's in there now. That's the Butterflight flight controller with the F3 and F4 chip, and it's flying perfect again. So, happy about that. I feel like all I'm talking about is problems today. This is my Owl RC Dragon with the F40 Pros. Same motors I have on the Flow Ride quad. And I've been having so much trouble with it. It just vibrates like crazy. I did some notch filter logging, and it just looks so much worse than his sister quad, the ZMX quad, with the same stack, same ESC, same frame, same everything except different motors. I mean, it's just ridiculous amounts of vibration. I don't know if you guys know what the Kakute looks like, but it has the gyro chip. I doubt very much that you can see it in there, but the gyro chip is separate. It's a soft mounted on a piece of sticky foam above the flight controller, and what I think was happening in here was I don't know what happens, is the foam, the sticky maybe less sticky and it's a little taller. I had it in there pretty tight, but I could tell when I built it that there was space between the gyro and the VTX board on top of it. But I put in some stupidly tall standoffs in there, and this is flying perfect again. So I guess the foam gets a little bit bigger over time. I added a little bit of extra space in the ZMX quad too, just to prevent that from ever happening. I doubt it'll happen again. I guess that's it. 5S on 5.5 inch props at 2600 kV is too much. I wish I had lower kV motors, but I have what I have, so I'm just limiting the throttle on the Tyrannus to about 80% or so. And that works pretty well. The motors don't get too warm. A little warm, not hot. And yeah, I'm gonna fly a little bit here. I knew I was going to have Jello on the Flow Ride because I've had it for a few days, and the props I took off really aren't too bad. I figured I'd run them anyway because I'm trying to, the tree back behind me here, it's a V-shaped tree. I hit the gap all the time, but I want to hit it with a half front flip and then another half front flip, and I'm not good at doing that quick enough. I'm trying. Maybe we'll get it. Who knows? But I figured no reason to beat up fresh props doing that, except it was pretty awful. My these barely damaged 5.5 inch props were heating up my motors. My VTX camera was all blue, black and white lines and stuff. A little bit of Jello by the end. I guess I need to find a way to turn on some extra filtering and butterflight. It's my only butterflight quad right now. I have no idea what I'm doing. If I was smart, I would have logged it while I had the bad props on. Turned on the notch logs. No, I didn't do that. Why didn't I do that? I'm an idiot. That's why. It's hot out here. I'm only probably going to fly with 1 or 2 batteries here. It's 96 or 98 degrees or something, and I forgot my sunblock. It's a good thing I'm under the shade here. I forgot my bug spray. I keep feeling bugs walking all over me. I don't like it. It's not fun. But still wanted to get a few packs in today and talk to you guys. Whoever you are. I don't even know who you are. Let me know who you are in the comments. I don't know. I don't know how YouTube works. This is new to me. I only know how to write words. I don't know how to speak. This is crazy. wasn't planning on talking to you guys again. I was just gonna finish that pack and go home. But I didn't. I did a few of those double half front flips through the tree over there without crashing. I'm almost crashed 2 out of the 3 or 4 times. It was a little close. Oh, yeah, the motors are barely getting warm on the flow ride with the, oh, geez! We did a number on our Immortal T over here. Wonder if there's supposed to be anything at the end of that, that heavy-duty piece of wire. Let's look that up, see if there's pictures on the internet somewhere. Poor Immortal T. I'm getting good signal, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. I haven't explained why I'm putting up with the Jello I get with these 5.5-inch props if I don't change them often enough, and I'm changing them a lot, it seems like. I get a lot more flight time out of them. I used to get on the 2 Owl RC quads with the 5-inch props, I used to get 3.5 to 5, maybe a little over 5 minutes if I was gentle. And with the 5.5-inch props on those same quads, it's tough to get less than 4 minutes. It's really hard to get under 4 minutes. I was over at the other park with the water tower, and there are no obstacles there. You're just on the throttle most of the time. And yeah, 4 minutes easy out of any of these quads. If I'm gentle to the flow ride with the 5.5s, you know, maybe doing 50, 60 miles an hour under the trees here at most, and, you know, a few punch-outs here and there, it's not hard to break 7 minutes of flight time. That'd be like the video I just posted the other day, flying the flow ride here. There's about a 3-minute video, probably my previous video, I bet. And yeah, that was a 7.5-minute flight. And yeah, I wasn't doing anything fun or exciting, but I wasn't crashing either. Sometimes it's nice to not crash and not have to go collect your quad, especially when it's so sunny out there. And it's only barely June now, so guess we have this to look forward to. You guys, I don't know how to end a video.